Welcome back to the Lawkward Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we have a book haul. I'm so excited, you guys. I bought 11 books. When this is being filmed, it's not even halfway through February. I have been feeling a little anxious, mainly due to seasonal affective disorder issue going on. However, it's finally been sunny for 2 days in a row. Hopefully that should be fixed. Yeah, just like the overcast days, the a third of life-ish crises that I've been having. What I like to do in that time is to buy books. I was resisting. We all know I was resisting. I said I was resisting. And then my lovely friend Sam, who also buys books when she's feeling anxious, told me that Target was having a buy one get one 50% off sale, and I went a little crazy. All right, the first couple books that I bought were my book of the month picks, and one of you graciously signed up with my link down in my bio to subscribe to book of the month, so that gave me a free credit. And then I got these book pins, which are so cute, like they're little reaction pins. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. I don't think it gave me a name. It might have, due to privacy reasons. I never know if I should like say people's names on here, you know? But thank you so much. So I got 2 books from book of the month. So the first book that I got is Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes, and the descriptors that were used on this one were quirky, multiple POVs, and marriage issues. This month's picks I wasn't like super feeling, just based off the cover. I'm like, those look fine. And then I wasn't gonna choose one, but I really wanted a backlist title, and unless you choose like a selected backlist title or a book of the month pick, you can't get like one of their other backlist titles, which it kind of bothers me, but I still love them. And then I was like, all right, let's see what actually these books are about. And I read this synopsis and I was like, oh yes, immediately make it my book of the month. I have read a couple other Jojo Moyes books, which was like is it Me After You, Me Before You, Me During You? I don't know. The one with Sam Kaplan and the Queen of Dragons. Sobbed so hard, but that book destroyed me. Let's read the synopses for this one. Who are you when you are forced to walk in someone else's shoes? Nisha Cantor and Sam Kemp are 2 very different women. Nisha lived the globe-trotting life of the seriously wealthy until her husband inexplicably announced he wanted a divorce and cut her off entirely. Nisha is glamorous, fearless, and determined to hang on to the life she has created for herself. But in the meantime, she must scramble to adjust to an entirely new landscape. She doesn't even have the shoes she was until a moment ago standing in. That's because Sam, at the bleakest point of her life, has accidentally taken Nisha's gym bag, but Sam hardly has time to worry about something as petty as a lost bag. She's struggling to keep herself, her out-of-work husband, and her sarcastic teenage daughter afloat. Or is it petty? When she tries on Nisha's 6-inch-high Christian Louboutin red crocodile shoes for a series of important meetings, the unexpected results give her a jolt of confidence that makes her realize something must change, and that thing is herself. When the 2 women finally meet, they will discover that each needs the other to put right the wrongs that have been done to them and to the women around them, from Nisha's enterprising colleague Jasmine to Sam's steadfast best friend Andrea. I think this is a book that I'm going to need very shortly. Just, it sounds hopeful. It sounds like a change of pace, like life shifting. Like I said, I'm going through like a little crises, you know? Not really, but life changes occurringly. So I think this is going to be a really big one in the sense of like making me feel like I'm not alone when I have these little moments, these blips where I am feeling insecure and unsure of what I want to be when I grow up. The second book, so this was an add-on or like one of last month's picks, and that is The Reunion by Kayla Olson. Bullet points, it's a light read, which I need right now. It's millennial focused, which, hey, I'm a millennial. And it's movie-ish and second chance romance. Okay, I know I said in my favorite tropes that fake dating was my second favorite trope. I'm a liar. Second chance romance are my PB&J to friends to lovers. Second chance romance make me so happy. And then it's fake dating. My perfect formula is a friends to lovers, second chance romance, fake dating. Do we have any recommendations for that? Because, okay, that's not the point. That's not what this is about. Anyway, Liv Latimer grew up on TV as the star of a popular teen drama, Girl on the Verge. Liv spent her adolescence trying to be as picture perfect as her character in real life. But after the death of her father and the betrayal of her on-screen love interest and off-screen best friend, Ransom Joel, Liv wanted nothing more than to leave the spotlight behind. Now, though 20 years after the show's premiere, a major streaming service has invited the original cast back for a reunion special. Liv is happy to be back on set, especially once she discovers Ransom has only gotten better with age. They quickly fall into their old rhythms, rediscovering what had drawn them together decades before, and realizing that their feelings for one another were not merely scripted. But with new rivalries among the cast emerging, other passion projects on the horizon, and the specter of a reboot shadowing their shoot, Liv begins to question whether there's room in the spotlight for her real-life happy ending. That just sounds delightful. And it's super short. I am not sponsored by Book of the Month, so I use my own money. But if they want to sponsor me eventually, like, I wouldn't say no. But yeah, if you ever want to use my referral link, it is listed in my description box below. Back when I hauled my other Taylor Jenkins Reads books, I noticed one of the circles was not complete on the spine. That spine. And I said, not acceptable, so I immediately had to get Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid to complete the backlist. I don't know if that's, I know she might have more. I just need to own my auto-buy author stuff. Like, it doesn't matter how long I'm going to take to get to it. I just need to own it so that when I'm ready for it. It's there, it's waiting for me, I don't have to wait. So this one, I have no idea what it's about. I just put it in my cart and said, okie dokie. Apparently, this one is about Elsie Porter is an average 20-something, and yet what happens to her is anything but ordinary. Why can't I read when I have a camera on me? On a rainy New Year's Day, she heads out to pick up a pizza for one. She isn't expecting to see anyone else in the shop, much less the adorable and charming Ben Ross. Their chemistry is instant and electric. Ben cannot even wait 24 hours before asking to see her again. Within weeks, the two are head over heels in love. By May, they've eloped. Oh my gosh, okay. Only 9 days later, Ben is out riding his bike when he is hit by a truck and killed on impact. What? Elsie hears the sirens outside her apartment, but by the time she gets downstairs, she has already been whisked off to the hospital. There she must face Susan, the mother-in-law she has never met and who doesn't even know Elsie exists. Oof. Interweaving Elsie and Ben's charmed romance with Elsie and Susan's healing process, Forever Interrupted will remind you that there's more than one way to find a happy ending. Oh no, this is gonna be traumatic. This is why you should read the synopses. I think I'm gonna really like this one. But, oh dear, I'm going to cry a lot. So I went on like a little binge here with Christina Lauren. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren finally came out on paperback, words. And I love this cover so much. They seem to do a lot of Utah-based books. And I was gonna move out to Utah, therefore I have a connection to Utah. And I love Utah. It's beautiful. And this one's been kind of circulating around, and I want to read it really badly. Growing up the daughter of notorious and notoriously absent treasure hunter Duke Wilder left Lily without much patience for the profession or much money in the bank. Dad. Using Duke's hand-drawn maps to guide tourists on treasure hunts through the canyons of Utah pays the bills, but isn't enough to buy back the beloved ranch her father sold years ago, and is definitely not enough to deal with the sight of her first love walking back into her life with a motley crew of friends ready to hit the trails. Leo Grady knew mirages were a thing in the desert. When the silhouette of his greatest regret comes into focus in the flickering light of the campfire, Leo realizes he wants nothing more than to reconnect with his first and only love. Oh, beauty. Unfortunately, Lily draws a clear line in the sand. It's never going to happen. Oh my gosh. Enemies to lovers, second chance. But when the routine trip goes completely sideways, the group wonders if maybe the legend of the hidden treasure wasn't a gimmick after all. Alone, under the stars in the isolated and dangerous mazes of the Canyonlands, Leo and Lily must decide whether they'll risk their lives and hearts on the adventure of a lifetime. I want to read this immediately. I want to read all of these immediately. I don't want to read any books at the same time, but I want to read them all immediately. Oh dear. Analysis paralysis is about to happen with this. Like I said, I want a Christina Lauren binge. So with Target's buy one, get one 50% off, and me knowing that I wanted to buy a lot of Christina Lauren's books, I had to. I have been having their books in my thrift book account wish list to see if the prices would drop, because I would love to buy past release books secondhand, but they're not cheaper than the new ones. So I've been waiting for those prices to drop. And then when Target had their buy one, get one 50% off, that was the steal of the deal. Would I have rather have had these secondhand? Absolutely. But I'm not gonna pass up this money-saving offer. Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. Again, I don't know what any of these are about. Despite the odds stacked against them after an embarrassing meet awkward at a mutual friend's Halloween party, Carter and Evie immediately hit it off. Is it Evie or Evie? I'm gonna say Evie. When the realization that they're both high-powered agents at competing firms in Hollywood isn't enough to squash the fire. But when their two agencies merge, causing the pair to vie for the same position, all bets are off. What could have been beautiful blossoming romance turns into an all-out war of sabotage. Carter and Evie are both 30-something professionals, so why can't they act like it? Oh, I'm gonna love this. Whether these two love-hate birds get the storybook Hollywood ending or just a dramedy of epic proportions, you get to enjoy Christina Lauren's heartfelt and hilarious story of romance in the modern world. Lovers to enemies to lovers. Oh, this one looks so summery. My favorite half-night stand. Millie Morris has always been one of the guys. A UC Santa Barbara professor, she's terrible at getting personal. And she, just like her 4 best guy friends and fellow professors, is perma-single. Girl, I feel it. So when a university function turns into a black tie gala, Millie and her circle make a pact that they'll join an online dating service to find plus ones. But there's a hitch. After making the pact, Millie and one of the guys, Reed Campbell, secretly spend the sexiest night of their lives together, but decide they would be better off platonic. Ooh. Online dating isn't for the faint of heart. While the guys are inundated with quality matches, Millie's first profile garners nothing but dick pics. Enter Catherine, Millie's fictional persona in whose shoes she can be more vulnerable than she's ever been in person. Catherine and Reed strike up a digital pen palship, but Millie can't resist temptation in real life either. Soon, Millie will have to face her worst fear, intimacy or risk losing her best friend. This one is Valentine's Day themed. Well, at least the cover is. So I might read this one next. So this is the Honey Don't list by Christina Lauren. Carrie Duncan has worked for home remodeling and design gurus Melissa and Rusty Tripp for a decade. A country girl at heart, Carrie started in their first store at 16 and, more than anyone would suspect, has helped them build an empire. With a new show and a book about to launch, the Tripps are on the verge of superstardom. There's only one problem. America's favorite couple can't stand each other. James McCann, also a side note, I love the name James. That's probably one of my favorite guy names to ever exist. James McCann, MIT graduate and engineering genius, was originally hired as a structural engineer. But the job isn't all he thought it'd be. The last straw, both he and Carrie must go on a book tour with the Tripps and keep the wheels from falling off the proverbial bus. Unfortunately, neither of them is in any position to quit. Carrie needs health insurance and James has been promised the role of a lifetime if he can just keep the couple on track for a few more weeks. While road tripping with the Tripps up to the West Coast, Carrie and James vow to work together to keep their boss's secret hidden and their own job secure. But if they stop playing along and start playing for keeps, they may have the chance to build something beautiful together. Last Christina Lauren book is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I've heard from one other booktuber, and I do not remember who said it, that this was probably one of their favorite Christina Lauren books. And because they said that, I said, okay, put it in my cart. But that was so long ago. Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be a Friends to Lovers. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm getting chills. Why am I'm so excited. I just love Friends to Lovers so much. What a therapist would evaluate due to my trope recommendations. Hazel Camille Bradford knows she's a lot to handle, and frankly, most men aren't up to the challenge. If her army of pets and thrill for the absurd don't send them running, her lack of filter means she'll say exactly the wrong thing in the delicate moment. Their loss. She's a good soul in search of honest fun. Josh Im has known Hazel since college, where her zany playfulness proved completely incompatible with his mellow restraint. From the first night they met, when she gracelessly told him she would be honored to give you sex tonight, to when she sent him an unintelligible email while in a post-surgical haze, Josh has always thought of Hazel more as a spectacle than a peer. But now, 10 years later, and after a cheating girlfriend has turned his life upside down, going out with Hazel is a breath of fresh air. Not that Josh and Hazel date. At least, not each other. Because setting each other up on progressively terrible double-blind dates so they can hang out together means there's nothing between them. Right? I love this. I just read the back cover. What a concept, reading the synopses before going into a book to see if you will like it. I just need to take a weekend and do absolutely nothing but read. You know what, I should just take a whole week off of work and just read straight through. Don't tempt me. This one has been on my list for like 2-3 years now, and it's absurd. Absurd. My bestie Julia texted me asking me if I read this book, and I said no, not yet. I want to, but I wanted to wait till July. And she said absolutely not, get on it, because she said it was super cute, super fun. And that would be everyone has read this book, I feel like. Everyone talks about how much they love it. I don't know what my holdup is. Yes, I've been wanting to wait till July, but that's red, white, and royal blue. I wanted to have like a 4th of July themed. Maybe I still will if I don't get around to reading it soon, but I want to read it soon. When his mother became president of the United States, Alex Claremont Diaz is promptly cast as the American equivalent of a young royal. Handsome, charismatic, genius. His image is pure millennial marketing gold for the White House. There's only one problem. Alex has a beef with an actual Prince Henry across the pond, and when the tabloids get hold of a photo involving Alex-Henry altercation, U.S.-British relations take a turn for the worst. Heads of family and state and other handlers devise a plan for damage control. Stage a truce between the two rivals. What at first begins as a fake Instagrammable friendship grows deeper and more dangerous than either Alex or Henry could have imagined. Soon, Alex finds himself hurtling into a secret romance with a surprisingly unstuffy Henry that could derail the presidential campaign and upend 2 nations. It raises the question, can love save the world after all? Where do we find the courage and the power to be the people we are meant to be? And how can we learn to let our true colors shine through? You guys. I have decided to give up on, for now, put a pause, an undetermined DNF of the off-campus series. I don't think it's my vibe. I think I've outgrown that series. And I've heard that the second one isn't as great as the first one, and the first one is okay to me. And life is too short to be reading books you don't really want to. Therefore, to fulfill my hockey romance situation all over the TikTok, all over BookTube, Icebreaker has taken the BookTube, Book Talk, Book People community by storm, and it sounds fantastic. And I'm gonna read you the synopses. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California, Maple Hills, and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she could never like a hockey player, right? And I've heard that Nate is like book boyfriend material, and anytime somebody says that, I'm like, immediately give it to me. Yes. I've heard that it deals a lot with mental health. Lastly, you guys, I was going through Target today and I didn't even go near the books. I stuck to the front of the store just to grab my makeup and my Febreze and smelly good products and said, I'm going to resist because I have all these books waiting for me at home. And you know what? At the front, they had a stack of books at the register. And there was one book on there that I have been wanting to get so badly, but I've been resisting. Like, it's been in my Amazon wish list for so long. Not for so long, but it's been in there for a few months. And I was like, I'm gonna wait. And guess what? I couldn't wait. It's the Allie Hazelwood Love to Loathe or Loathe to Love You novellas. So this is 3 novellas and they are STEMinist novels. Her books just are so comforting and just so fun for me. Mara, Sadie, and Hannah are friends first, scientists always. Though their fields of study might take them to different corners of the world, they can all agree on the universal truth. When it comes to love and science, opposites attract and rivals make you burn. So there's Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. And since they are novellas, they are shorter, so I don't want to read the synopses because I feel like that just gives everything away. Listen, something I just keep telling myself is I could be spending this money on not healthy things, you know? Like, I could be spending this money on drugs or something, and that's not who I am, nor who I want to be. As well as, like, some people, they just are like, I'm just gonna go on a weekend trip to Barcelona. And I don't have that kind of money, nor that kind of time. So I buy books to use that as escapism. And if I buy them 11 all at once with the hopes of reading them within the year, it might happen. It brings me joy. You know, reading books, collecting books, buying books, they're all their own hobbies. We don't hobby shame here. I have a lot of hobbies. And it just so happens 3 of them are books. Book related. You guys, I'm so obsessed. Like, look at this. Look how fun. Look how great. They're gonna look so good on my shelves. Speaking of which, I think I'm gonna go to IKEA and get another shelf. Just like a plain, just a wood thing so I can not lose so much height space. That's what I hate about it. Thank you for indulging me in my habit of buying books, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you also found a book or a few or 11 out of this that you would like to buy eventually or all at once. Okay, well, if you like these videos, any book hauls, give it a thumbs up so I know that I should just continue this, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future book hauls or any other book related content. And remember, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.